Hello, Antonia Rolls here. I'm creating a series of short videos on navigating the landscape of loss after the death of somebody by suicide, addiction, overdose, or traumatic death. I lost both my sons to addiction and to suicide, one in 2023 and one last year in 2024. How am I here? Well, I've made other videos telling you that I made a choice to go up, not down, and I look for the light in amongst the darkness, because it is an absolute given that there is sheer darkness after losing a child, and after losing two children there is a chasm in that darkness. But I have been deeply bereaved before, and I know for myself how disintegrating total grief can be, and I never want to go there again. I realise that I have more time behind me than ahead of me. More time behind me than ahead of me. I'm 65 this year, and I have a choice to make, so I've made the choice to live and look for the light, which helps in the inevitable darkness, because there is inevitable darkness. Tomorrow is my oldest son's birthday. He would have been 31. He died when he was 29. In a few days' time is my youngest son's first anniversary of his death. He was 27 when he died. It's very difficult to get through these days, but I will get through them, and I am getting through them. And because I have a faith, I believe that I am the one that's suffering here, and my friends and family, and my boys' friends and all their loved ones. We are all suffering. The boys aren't. They are in a place of total light and healing. There isn't anything that can harm them again. And I don't know what their journey is in that light. I can't imagine that they died here and then were magically made better and joined a host of angels. I don't think that's possible at all, not only because angels aren't people and people aren't angels, but because the brutality of their lives and the distress and the squalor and debauchery and depravity of much of their lives as addicts would make it very difficult for anyone to just shed that and be okay. I do believe there's an afterlife. I do believe they are in it. But I don't believe that they just arrive there and are healed. I believe there is a long period now where they are given every single thing they need to heal them and to give them peace and love and to understand how they got where they got, to understand their lives and the choices they made. Really, I wanted to talk today about time, because since the boys have gone, I don't have to rush around anymore for anybody. I have 4 little grandchildren, a lovely daughter and a son-in-law. I do see them a lot. But while the boys were alive, I was always busy. I was always wondering who was on the end of the phone, which rang with number withheld or number unknown or from a number I didn't recognize, and there was always chaos and distress and madness at the end of it. And there was always a demand that I come and sort it all out or rescue one of them or do something, and it felt always completely beyond my ability. I didn't know what to do. I could and have got in my car at night and driven here from West Sussex 2 hours into central London to rescue one of my boys from a crack den because he didn't like it. But because Not because he just phoned and says, please, mummy, will you come? It's because the phone would go for 3 hours every 10 minutes, begging me to come up. And I have done that. And I have picked up that son. And he has berated me and abused me all the way back to West Sussex here. And I took it. I just took it because I didn't know what to do. And that was my boy. I learned a lot of lessons dealing with addiction. I learned a lot of lessons. Boundaries, self-care, tough love. The love that we feel for someone in addiction or with deep, distressing, disruptive mental health conditions in our families. The love that we feel doesn't go away, but it's a really tough, big love, and it gets crashed and smashed and it's dropped on the ground and trampled on, and you pick it up and you dust it down and you start all over again, because the love just doesn't die. You just have to learn how to get tough with it for yourself and for them. So time. I have so much time on my hands. I have so much time on my hands. My youngest son lived with me here. I'd be terrified of what state he would be in. He was 6'7". He was a huge man. And if he was very drunk, which he was a lot of the time, and fell on me, and he fell over and through windows and onto doors and out of things all the time, if he fell on me, I would have died. I was always afraid. But I loved both my boys, and I have neither of them on this planet anymore. But I am grateful. I'm very grateful. Excuse me, I have to rub my nose. It's absolutely... it's annoying. Anyway, I'm grateful for their time here, but I am left now with time. I have so much time. I can wake up in the morning and the day stretches ahead. I make sense of my days. I have purpose. I'm an artist. You may know that. And I'm creating an exhibition called Beloved, bringing suicide and addiction deaths into the light at the moment, which is why I'm in the studio and I've got my painting things on. But my day stretches ahead when I wake up in the morning, and I can do anything I like. I can actually do that because nobody is crazy for my time. Nobody is in pain and anguish and demanding that I save them. And I've noticed that I spend a lot of time in my house here, in my garden, just sitting. And I'm just looking out of the window and I'm thinking and I'm pondering, and I can be slow. I can slowly get up from my chair and walk around my house. I make plans for things in the future and I think that's in a week's time. But I know that with this new concept in my mind of time, that even though it feels like a long way away, that week will pass in the blink of an eye. And I will just be there. And that date will arrive and it'll pass and it'll go and it'll be done. And new dates will arrive. And it feels like time is both galloping ahead. Look at my younger son. It's a whole year since he died next week. So it's galloping. And on the other hand, it's so slow. I sit maybe on a train and it's a 2-hour ride. And I'm thinking, how can I pass this 2 hours? It's too much. It's a whole different way of living. I remember years ago when my husband died, when I first became aware of the passage of time and the importance of sitting down, where I must have sat down on the sofa and opposite me was a wall and behind me was a window, and the sun shone on the wall over here. And I don't remember the sitting, and I don't remember thinking, but I came to my senses hours later, and the sun was over here. So I had sat on the sofa, absent-mindedly, watching the sun slowly move across that wall. And I remember it as the most beautiful experience. And I think maybe that's when I began to understand how important the light is in our lives. But that was a time where I needed to sit down, and where time both rushed ahead of me and also deserted me. So today I'm in my studio and I have a painting to finish. I feel like I should be doing it, but what is the hurry? What is the hurry? What does it matter if I actually stay sitting in this chair here for another 2 hours? It doesn't matter. The painting will be finished. It'll be okay. The phone won't ring. Nobody is in crisis. I just have me, and I'm sitting here, and my day is mine, and what I choose to do with it. Sometimes that choice is minute by minute. What shall I do now? Often I think, what shall I do now? And I decide I shall keep sitting and just being. Somebody said that we are human beings, not human doings. And this whole feeling that time is different is quite healing, actually. And I'm aware that my own time is running out. It's all of us are on a journey towards our deaths. I'm aware that, like that date in the diary for next week or next month where I think that's miles away, I'm aware that as that comes very quickly, at some point my own death will come and I will just disappear and join my boys and all the others, all the other beautiful people I've lost, which is my partner and my husband and my boys and my brother and my parents and my beautiful cousin. And I do look forward to that, but I don't want it yet, so don't get me wrong, I'd much rather not die. But since I have to, I know I have people to look forward to seeing. On a quick note, my exhibition Beloved has opened in Brighton and shut, and that was very successful in May. My next showing of Beloved, bringing addiction and suicide deaths into the light, because it's a given that they are already so deeply dark, very dark, is showing in the Edinburgh Festival at the Whitespace Gallery in East Crosscauseway in Edinburgh from the 2nd to the 13th of August from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. So I hope you will come and see me there. And if this is you, if you have lost someone traumatically, come and see me. Come and tell me your story. And if you also feel that you want to reach out to me, do that. Leave a message for me. I'll always get back to you. God bless. Bye.